We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Austin Ekeler. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Second and 2. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Check. Recon, 132 fighter. Snap.
Throwing to start the drive. Eason. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Push him back. Check. Lucky. Back. Protein spill. Hey. Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Topper! Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Check. Gone. Buzz. Shoot.
From the gun on 3rd down. Eason. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown out on them. Look out. You've won won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Desmond King making the tackle. And he'll give it here to his running back. He showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Okay, ready? 52. Danny. Check 37. Yep. 5.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
4th down and 1.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the 1st down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2.
Look at me, zipper.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Boswell's kick is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
At the 24-yard line.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Love. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Give them 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down.
First down, Chargers.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On first down, it's Brooks. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Check 55 to Mike. You can't block me.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Los Angeles.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike.
To throw again. Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
I can't believe they even let you play. He's crashing. He's checking crash. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Be careful.
Throwing on first down. Eason. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Yeah. Go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. They got the ball to the outer third of the field, but they could not seal that edge and lost yardage.
And I love how you brought that up because sealing the edge is often a function of the offensive tackle on the line of scrimmage, oftentimes a tight end, maybe your H-back, someone to set the edge at the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to get to. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to turn the corner.
Back to throw. Eason, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Ready, set.
Launch 49.
Hey, orbit.
Sponge. No. Check nickel. Check 26, check.
Now. Ready.
Looking to throw. Eason. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
61, matchbox lights. Go.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Yo, go. Hey. High 7. Leo.
Watch QB jump. Alert flare.
Snap.
Back to throw. Eason finds his running back, James Conner. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Check.
80 weapons. Hit it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Hey!
Looking to throw. Eason. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Casey Hayward makes the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Get it.
From the gun on 3rd down. Eason is going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Down. 90 Wolf.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Spike.
They'll run it now out of the gun. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey.
Drop deep. 52 is the mic right here over there, right? 52 is the mic.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, deep, man up.
On first down, Love. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. On the ground, it's Eckler. Fights him off. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Now a give, right side. Brooks. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101. Tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Hey, switch gears. Check 4.
Hey, Delta. Check 24. Yep.
Use you. It comes to me, it's me.
Hey, wahoo! Let go.
They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Here we go, set. 30 base.
Strip that ball. 49, guys. Fight.
Right on.
From the gun, Eason. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. A gain there of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Ready? Recon.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
On,
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Watch the safety creep. He's checking. Crash.
Hit it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run on 1st down. It's Moss working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Protein spill.
2nd and 3. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. A really nice gain of 25 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, let's go.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Double tight, guys, double tight. We got three, fellas, we got three.
They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Love. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what
There he goes left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes our score 17-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the give, this is Eckler. And this has been a familiar sight all after. Stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 44-yard line.
Ready? Single receiver. Hey,
Here we go on 2nd and 12. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. And even 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the gun, Love. Open man is Cantrell. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Back to throw. Love stepping up, and he's into the end zone. Chargers touchdown. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
They go for just 1 here as it's up and good, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
2nd and 11. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he coughed it up and picked up by the Chargers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Trying to get 1 more in here before the quarter breaks. Following the fumble recovery, Love. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Flush to his right. He's got it at the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. They'll run here with Eckler. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Love. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here is Eckler, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the eye.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Hey, check. 3 down.
Yes. Smoke.
Be ready. Whip.
Look at me. Score. Hey, lock it. Yo. Ready?
And he'll give it here to his running back. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hey, Sam off.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Hatch it. Kill.
Look. Squeeze. Snap.
Operating from the gun, Eason. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Throwing to start the drive. Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again. Love. And now he'll tuck it and run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Los Angeles.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, Love. Open man is lost, complete.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. And it's 3rd and 5. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
A 43-yard attempt.
Badgley's kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. Now, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got a 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Hey, exit.
Mike 49.
Go.
It's our field. It's our field.
Hit it.
Now a handoff looking right. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Greystone, travel.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie. Rock it. Now.
Roy.
Shoot.
Back to throw. Eason. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now it's Peterson. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Love. It's Williams on the catch. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Brooks. Now here's a timeout, as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So in a driving rain, he steps up, puts it through just like he's practicing in a gym somewhere.
How about that? Any little slip in this weather is going to throw him off. He stepped up there like it was perfect conditions, took dead aim, and knocked it through.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
49 the mark. 49 the
Go
mark.
on, go on.
Tight down.
Hard.
Switch. Check 99. Check 99.
Go.
Watch safety creeping.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for our visitors, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get an up.
Whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah.